Welcome. Welcome to Touching the Edge. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of Coffee with Drake. I'm so glad to see you here today. I'm glad to be in this process with you of sharing camaraderie and lifting each other's spirit and sharing ways that work for us to really get through all the stuff that's going on. And so I want to suggest today that to me, I want to just talk about the four pieces of advice. I mean, the Buddha gave us so much great advice. And so one of the elements, at least coming through the Lotus Sutra, that the Buddha said that we should suggest is really moving for four basic elements. Number one, having compassion. Really having compassion for everyone in this world. This is such a confusing place. Having compassion for yourself. You know what you've been through. So really enriching yourself with compassion and being aware that when you are compassionate, you're already moving towards action. When you are in compassion, you become active, and that activity is called kindness. So coming from compassion and then acting with kindness. Do something to be kind. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're involved with active self-care throughout the day. Make sure that you're doing things like taking nice hot baths with Epsom salt. Remember, we're almost all magnesium deficient. Really being aware of it. That's my perception anyway. I'm not a doctor, but check into it. Using Epsom salt. The third element coming after compassion and kindness is joy. We got to bring more joy to our lives. I think it's absolutely vital. I think that a lot of us think that the only way to face all the challenges that's going on in the world is to get grim and negative. And I want to suggest that that doesn't make things happen in a positive way. I want to suggest that using everything that's going on to find a way to have an exuberant yes and really stepping into joy, really recognizing that this is a great time to find meaning in your life. Really finding that this is a great time to recognize how much progress you're making, how much better you handle things better than you used to. So living with joy. And the last piece of advice the Buddha gave is to activate positive indifference. We actually just called it indifference, supposedly, but I admitted to positive indifference, which I mean to say is that no matter what happens, have that unconditional love. It's like that Beatles song, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing songs of wisdom, let it be. That's positive indifference. Learning to love your life no matter what it is. Love your life, because you can't hate your life and love yourself. It's impossible. So love your life so that you can find that love that you so richly deserve. So remember the four pieces of advice. Have compassion, be kind, find joy in your life, and find that positive indifference, an ambient field of yes. So thank you so much for joining. Let's get together for coffee again. I wish we could get together in person because I would also be having some pastries. Come to the coffee shop. Come regularly, because when you do, you make a difference. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. When you blend those four elements together, compassion, kindness, joy, and positive indifference, you find a relationship to honesty with yourself that you realize how special you really are. I bring my hands together and I bow to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you tomorrow.